It's the harshest sentence of its type ever handed down in Nevada.
She is getting a greater penalty for having a boy touch her breast than she would if she had killed him, and that is unconscionable.
But tonight on KOLO 8 News Now, does the punishment fit the crime? We take a look at both sides of a controversial life sentence for an Elko County woman.
A jury found her guilty of having inappropriate contact with a 13-year-old boy in a case that her lawyer said was no more than mere fondling. But because of a relatively new Nevada state law, an Elko County woman ends up getting life in prison. Tonight, KOLO 8 News Now, Sarah Johns asked, does the punishment fit the crime?
Well, Pat, legislators amended a law back in 2005 to mandate that life sentence. And 3 weeks ago, it was done to Michelle Taylor. She was convicted by a jury in November for lewdness with a minor under 14. She was found innocent of statutory sexual seduction. The jury never allowed to know there's a mandatory sentence. Is this justice? Here's a closer look.
The defendant is sentenced to life with a minimum parole eligibility after 10 years.
And with that, the harshest sentence ever dealt to a female convicted of her first sex crime in Nevada.
I practically begged him not to impose it. I knew that it was coming because the judge's hands were tied by the legislature.
Hi, this is Alina.
The sentence is a hard pill to swallow for Kilpatrick, since she cited cases in the trial like Douglas County's Stacey Thoman, who admitted to incest with her own daughters, but will only serve 20 years with the eligibility of parole in 5.
Saying that every sex offender, everyone that's convicted of lewdness with a child under 14 deserves the same sentence is like saying that I should wear the same size shoe as a 7-foot-tall man.
The big difference in the two cases? Thoman was able to make a plea deal.
If you think that we just cavalierly charge this lady with a life sentence with parole in 10 years, we don't.
District Attorney Gary Woodbury says Kilpatrick didn't want any plea deal which involved Taylor registering as a sex offender.
The district attorney's office has said that they did offer a deal, but I think that the record is very, very clear.
There's been no offers of compromise in this case, and no plea bargain, for lack of a better term.
No, the state has extended no offer.
The forensic psychiatrist who evaluated her stated that it was her finding that Michelle Taylor was at a, quote, low risk to reoffend.
Do you think this is justice? Do you think that this punishment fits the crime?
How do you talk about justice without talking about what happened to the victim? As I said before, most folks think that this is just a lark for a 13-year-old boy. This wasn't a lark for him. Yeah, I think she got justice.
The judge should have been able to take into account the circumstances of the case, and he can't, which is why the sentence is unconstitutional.
I don't agree that the Nevada Supreme Court or the legislature should have made this a mandatory sentence. I think it's dumb, but they didn't ask me.
The legislature voted on the sex offender bill unanimously. Nobody voted against changing the law. Senator Raggio, who sponsored the bill, told me on the phone yesterday you draft the law because of the more serious cases. And you can't always foresee that something maybe far less would come under that condition. Kilpatrick plans on appealing the sentence to the Nevada Supreme Court. Pat.
Sarah Johns reporting. Thanks.